What's up, everybody? Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. Um, as you can see, this episode I'm kind of focusing on upgrading the Bumble D2, since it got, messed up the other day, and it's because I was working on taking apart the Betsy, and let's see, I took apart the the big crate there. And this does work. It dumps it into the big cargo container down there, which is awesome. So we need to strip this one down and this one down, although this one I'll have to do manually to get rid of the mines. And that one. So I was thinking, well, if it takes that much time, I might as well, redo this and do it that way. So this is what was born of that. It'll take some time to get it up and running, because as you can see, I have 2 refineries. I at least need 1, but probably 2, because these are all facing downward, and they point into the refinery directly, and so does this one on the other side. These face center. So they're all going into the next one, and basically what's happening here is... Oh, you know what? I just realized something. We don't need all these conveyors, come to think of it. That's a really good point. We don't need all these conveyors, because we have curved tubes now. So in theory, these should... Because they're all obviously broken or unbuilt yet, I haven't been able to test them. Flip, please. How come I can't get a flip? There we go. Okay, so curve 2 there. I didn't even think about that. We don't need all this. Actually, we can probably strip down these conveyors and make them into tubes as well, except for this guy. Yeah, this guy we'd need to leave as a conveyor. But the rest of these we could actually dismantle, because the tubes are cheaper. Even on a large ship, you've got 4 bulletproof glass, 8 motors, 12 steel tubes, 40 construction components, and 10 steel plates. And these are the same. And then conveyors are less motors, but way more steel tubes, construction components, and they use interior plates instead of 10 steel. So yeah, they're way cheaper. So they are hard to connect though when they're like this. This one will keep here because it's a multi-dimensional direction, or multi-directional, not dimensional. It takes all of our ores into space, so that'll work better. In theory, though, because these are all facing sideways, they'll basically feed into each other. The problem... Ooh, hold on. Yes, then we have a problem. But the problem is they're not going to feed up. Okay, so these 2 need to be a conveyor. Place. And then this one can be a tube. I think. I'm still new to this. Come on. I kind of don't like that they... Oh, I guess you can control them. I didn't think you could control those. So, I know it's hard to see because it's all wireframe, but this is a tube which lets it feed into this. This one lets it go out, but also in and connect this as well. If we just did a curve or a straight, it wouldn't connect to this one, or this one wouldn't go anywhere. So by making these conveyors, it'll work, and then this one feeds all of it into this. And these we could strip out and make into Yeah. I know what I'm thinking. Tubes. You make them into tubes. And I'm not sure how to paint these either, because I tried to paint it, and it wouldn't let me. On the other side, I mean. I know that's a thing now, I just don't remember what you use to do it. I wonder if you have to have the same item? Oh, there it goes. Apparently I just had to be recording, and it just works fine. Go figure. I did also open this up. I don't know how I'm going to do this exactly, but I might want to make some kind of little trapdoor thing or something. I'm not sure on that yet. A lot of this is going to change, to be honest, because it was built around a different structure, and when they added the tubing, it changed it when they added some of the... or when I added some of how this is set up or how it should work. Oh, come on. Oops. Well, fiddlesticks. Such as... I don't know if I need the catwalk here or not. I'm going to take it out, actually, and then if I want to put it back later, I can. Can I get to that from here? No, I think it still sees it as a collision box. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take these down. Not only for materials, but because I'm not sure how much of this will be visible and whatnot, or how I'm gonna redesign the interior. So it's... oh, heaven forbid, unless these are holding anything together. I don't think they are. Now's a good time to think of that, right? After you've already broken everything. Okay, so this one's going to stay so that it can access the chest and the next tube. Although, again, not really necessary. No, it's not going to stay. It does. We don't need to do that. Now that I'm looking at it. Okay, and all this is attached to stuff. Oop! Busted up armor. Uncool, bro. Yeah, I don't think any of this is holding anything up. Let's hope not. So yeah, we can actually work, if we're working off this design, we could actually make this quite cool if we do it right. Not only cool looking, but like just more efficient. Well, that might be jumping the gun a bit. I don't know if it'll actually be more efficient. That's kind of hard to determine. And I'll probably just do one side, and then cut over and kind of show you the other one, because there's really not a whole... There's really not a whole lot of point in doing it repeatedly. You know, I mean, once you've seen dismantling and rebuilding a conveyor system, you've seen it all. So we actually don't... Oops, a daisy. Oh yeah, so I almost died again, by the way. That was fun. How's this looking? Yeah, see, the design here with the thrusters, we may be able to change, or not necessarily change, but just do a little differently. Gosh, that's a lot of grinders. I'm also wondering... what was I? I was dismantling this. I'm also wondering about taking the landing gear off, because they didn't really seem to help all that much. Because of how far out the grinders are, so we either need to extend them or just remove them altogether. Okay, so we'll need a piece here, and then like this. So walking through my logic here, the port for the refinery connects to this. All of these on the right face down, so they'll feed into each other, and then out of the back it'll feed into the refinery, which then feeds into the crate. It will have access to the other crate because of this conveyor system. And then all of these should feed into each other horizontally. I don't think... No, there's no vertical ports. So each row will feed to this center one. But then each center one will feed up into a conveyor, which connects to the pipeline and goes to another conveyor, which connects the whole system. So that should work, I think. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that should work. No, I started to say, see how these are more sticking out than the landing gears? So these gears aren't really doing a whole lot. So what I'm curious about is, should we extend them or possibly use this to, you know, like build a platform out and then have grinders facing down? I think that would be kind of interesting. That would be kind of cool if we could have downward ones. I'm not sure if I would do down and then coming up too, because that might limit what size of a structure you can grind, but if they're forward and then there's like a hook kind of one, you could basically take the ship and go up and clamp it on top and drag it down into the ship as it grinds it all up, type of thing. I wonder then... See, I like rotors. I'd like to do, like, a rotor here, maybe, that could rotate out some landing gears that would clamp, but then you can't dock them with the landing gears because it would be part of, like, the rotor ship type thing. Like, the rotor is seen as a second ship in the interface part of it. So, I'm not really sure if I'd want to do that. And the other problem is if you extend these out and like by a block and then clamp something, I don't know if the grinders will get to them. I think they will, but I'm not positive on that. And if they don't, then there's kind of like not a whole lot of point to them. So yeah, I'm still kind of ironing all that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause it and fix this up, and then we'll be back in a second. So, funny story. Yeah. I was over at the base. Crap, I didn't turn any of the beacons on. Lovely. I think it's that one. I'm pretty sure it's that one. And I was building the thing, and I ran into a snag that we needed more motors. And to make motors, we need nickel and silicon, which we had silicon, but not enough nickel. So I was like, well, crap, we're gonna have to drill. Well, then I remembered, I looked over and I saw this business shipment. I was like, hey, let's go check that out. Let's see if there was more materials on there. I hadn't been out here in a while, and I basically just got the rude awakening that it's pretty much rubble. There's like 2 thrusters and a beacon. Somehow, where's the power on this thing anyway? Somehow there's a reactor. Oh no, it's solar panels. I was like, where's the reactor on here? So yeah, I'll probably use SE Toolbox or something to clean that up. So yeah, that was kind of funny. I came out here expecting resources and found a piece of junk, basically. Okay, so we're back on the Betsy Mark II. And we're gonna need to take Badger out and do some excavating. However, there are some issues to resolve with the Badger. First thing I wanted to do is put a connector on there, which I'm working on, but also I remembered that we had done this in the old conveyor system. So we're going to replace these with some curve pipes, basically. As it'll be more part efficient, it won't cost us as much to do, which is always a good thing. Now let's see, what all... Oh, I need a display for this. One of these wasn't completely finished yet. Now... Yeah, this let me... Wait, no. I could access it through here. So we could put another set of storage crates there if we wanted to. Or, what size is the medium? Because apparently you can only use those on small ships, which is weird to me. So, it's a 3x3? I think? Yeah, 3x3. That's something we might look into later. For now, I just want to get this going. Construction components, small steel tube, motor. Of course you need a motor. We always need motors. Oh, I've got motors! That kind of nullifies the whole trip then, doesn't it? Well, needs to be done anyway. So let's just grab this stuff. Can I get it from here? No, of course not. Okay, computers. Oh, small steel tubes. What did I grab? Girders. Okay. Small steel tubes. And computers, I think was the other thing. Okay. So now this has a connector, which it can shoot out its loot into, like, this chest or the hopper up there, which would be cool. It does have an order, so I think the Badger's ready. But the advent of finding that I had computer components, or motors, is kind of interesting. Wait a minute. There's nickel in there. What the crap, man? I'm confused. Alright. Well, since we have stuff, let's go check this out. So a couple of these are done, as you can see. I turned the ship off, which is why they don't have a green light. For the most part, though, these are pretty done. Like you can see, I pretty much have everything but motors. And I'm kind of focused on these, because they're going to be the main structure lines. I can at least go to one of the chests, type of deal. Sweet. I think I was out of bulletproof glass, too. I think there's a couple of them that don't have enough glass. Like this one, maybe? Yeah, it doesn't have enough bulletproof glass. But it's still working. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, and now I'm out of motors again. Dang it. Did I take all of my motors? I'm pretty sure I did. And this I need motors and detection components to get the ore detector. Although, I don't think you can use grinders as drills, so I'm not really sure why there's an ore detector on this ship, to be honest. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, actually. Okay, now what do I need for you guys? I'm gonna need a lot of stuff. Motors. Everything needs motors. Motors, motors, motors. Okay, so we will take the Badger out for a trial run. We got a little time. We'll end the episode with that, I guess. So, let's see how she does. We have enough for 4 days. Actually, let me see. Did I have any? No, I put it in the other reactor. Okay. Okay, now we're looking for a Wookiee. No. We'll turn that off. Set this like such, and that way when we want to throw it out, we can. Ore detector's on. We've got our lights. Yes, okay. Okay. So we're looking for nickel and iron, mostly. Iron I'm not too worried about because we can take some of the panels that we already have and disassemble them, type of thing. Wait, is this nickel? Where's nickel? I thought that was iron. Lights. What's the difference? I don't know. And this one's still a little flippity-fly, but it's not too bad. Oh, that is nickel. Weird. Wait, is this nickel? Or which one? Which one's which? Okay, so that's stone, so this is the nickel. I guess. Yes. Okay. Hey, look at that! It's working. It's going into our little... Oh, that's in the drill and that's in the cargo crate. I don't know how it determines what goes where. Like, what stays in the drill and what goes into the containers. Oh, there's some iron in here. Sweet. Okay, so this is iron. This has got to be iron. Whoa. This one's a little better, but it's still not quite heavy enough to not get thrown around. I'm thinking this stuff with the gravelly kind of look is iron. Yeah, I think so. Ha! I've got little rocks banging into the wall of the ship. That's kind of funny. I haven't drilled in long enough time that I don't really remember how much of each ore does what. So this works pretty good. Again, the only problem is it has a lot of torque, and this ship doesn't have enough mass to take the torque. Torque? Not twerk. They're not twerking. And so it kind of just drifts along at the whim of the drill instead of just burrowing through. But, you know. I figured while I get more iron while I'm here, I might as well. One of the things that we could do, to be honest, is we could, instead of having a drill right in the center, since we've kind of made this a bit bulkier anyway, we could move a drill out to the left and the right and do 2 drills. That might help some of the weight distribution. I don't know, that might make it worse, to be honest. I'm not really sure. Okay, now let's try this out. I want to see how this works. I know I put it on the back again, which makes it hard to deal with. I probably should have put it, like, off to the side of the drill. I wonder if that would work. I don't know how that works, to be honest. But this should be a little easier since it's a bit smaller. Now, if it wasn't for the tubing, we could actually just fly straight down and in, but that's not going to happen. Okay. Whoa. Hi. Okay. Lined up, and bam! Right? Let's go a little further down. There we go. Perfect. Sort of. Good enough. Now, connector on. Oh, that's so cool! So I think eventually I'm going to redesign this driller ship, and what I'm going to do is make it probably the width that it is with the tubes on the side. And with that width, what I'll do is 2 landing gears, and it'll basically park right here, like on the back kind of thing. So that you could bring it back, dock it, and then it would just dump all of its haul. And it's completely empty. That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, I didn't really think about that. I can't really park anywhere now because of the connector. Yeah, I didn't think that through very well. Let's do a derpy parking job right here. How awesome of a park is that? So we'll probably continue to work on the Bumble D2, which is coming along quite nicely. Oh, okay, I was seeing two different. But we'll also at some point have to redesign the Badger and work on. It'll be a bigger ship, but I don't mind. Now that it has some place to park. So whichever, it'll depend on the resources. If I have enough resources to finish the Bumble D2, we'll finish that and work on grinding these ships up. If not, then we might put some of our energy and time into the Badger and upgrade him a bit. Especially being a small ship, it shouldn't take too much because it's tiny, so its resources and stuff aren't that big of a deal. Anywho, I think we're about out of time for this episode, so I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!